Global stock markets fell on Friday as a prolonged sell-off in chipmakers spread across Asia and Europe, with investors reassessing the strength of the artificial intelligence-driven market rally. Renewed military strikes in the Middle East also weighed on investor sentiment, keeping oil prices elevated and renewing concerns over inflation and economic growth. In Europe, the STOXX 600 index fell 0.5%, while major markets in Paris, Frankfurt and London also traded lower. In the United States, Nasdaq futures dropped 1.7% and S&P 500 futures fell 0.8%. Asian markets recorded steeper losses. MSCI's broad Asia-Pacific index excluding Japan fell more than 3%, while Japan's Nikkei tumbled 4%, leading it 12% below its recent peak. Taiwan's stock market dropped more than 6%, marking its worst day since the U.S. Liberation Day tariffs. China's blue chip index fell 3.6%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng index lost 1.8%, and the Hang Seng Tech index declined 4.4%, its sharpest fall since April 2025. The market decline came despite Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing company reporting second quarter profits above forecasts and ASML raising its 2026 sales outlook earlier this week. In South Korea, financial markets were closed for a public holiday. A day earlier, authorities announced a temporary ban on new exchange-traded funds linked to certain major technology firms and increased minimum deposit requirements for retail investors in an effort to curb market volatility. In commodity markets, oil prices continued to climb. Brent crude rose 2% to $86.01 a barrel, while U.S. crude gained 2.5% to $80.92 a barrel. For the week, both Brent and U.S. crude were on track to rise more than 11%, marking their biggest weekly gains since April. The gains came after Iran said it launched fresh attacks on U.S. facilities in the Gulf following a sixth consecutive night of U.S. strikes on Iranian military facilities. In currency markets, the U.S. dollar was little changed for the week as easing expectations for Federal Reserve rate increases were balanced by renewed demand for safe haven assets. The euro traded at $1.14, while the British pound stood at $1.34 after Andy Burnham was confirmed as the new leader of Britain's governing Labour Party. He is set to formally become Prime Minister on Monday. Meanwhile, the Japanese yen remained near a 40-year low against the US dollar, prompting renewed comments from Japan's finance minister in support of the currency.